Hello, my fellow chemists, and today we'll be talking about 5 essential elements in our body. But before we start, I will introduce myself. My name is Christabel Jean B. Beado from grade 9 Newton, and I will be your chemist buddy for today. And now let's move on to the video. Element will be carbon. Carbon was discovered by Antoine Lavoisier during the year 1772. He discovered it through many experiments like weighing charcoal and diamond and then burning them. He discovered that they both don't have any water contents, but they have the same carbon contents. We might be asking ourselves why carbon is important for our body. Carbon is important for our body because it is needed for our body to survive, and it is also the basic building block of most cells in our body. Another function of carbon in our body is to regulate the physiology of our body. Now we'll be talking about the negative effects if we lose or gain an excessive amount of carbon in our body. If we lose an excessive amount of carbon in our body, we will experience alkalosis. Alkalosis is the state of the body being too alkaline for our body to handle, and if we gain an excessive amount of carbon, we will experience headaches, fatigues, and muscle twitches. Our second element will be calcium. Calcium was discovered by Humphrey Davy in 1808. He is an inventor, a chemist, and a well-known scientist in Britain. He founded calcium through electrolyze a mixture of lime and mercuric oxide. I will be talking about the importance of calcium. Calcium is important for our body because it promotes bone development, blood clotting, and other bodily functions. I will be talking about the negative effects if we lose or gain an excessive amount of calcium. If we lose an excessive amount of calcium, we will experience dry scaly skin, brittle nails, and coarse hair. If we gain an excessive amount of calcium, we will experience kidney stones, joint pain, and other diseases. Our third element will be hydrogen. Hydrogen was founded by the English physicist Henry Cavendish in 1766. Although alchemists Paracelsus and Robert Boyle had experienced the same results in their experiment, but Henry Cavendish ended up figuring it all out and discovering hydrogen. In the year 1783, Antoine Lavoisier ended up calling it hydrogen, while in the year 1766, Henry Cavendish called it inflammable air. Now we'll be talking about the importance of hydrogen in our body. Hydrogen is important to our body because it remains our cells hydrated and it helps remove toxins from our body. We will be talking about the negative effects if we lose or gain excessive amount of hydrogen. If we lose an excessive amount of hydrogen, we will feel dehydration, persistent thirst, and dry mouth. And if we gain an excessive amount of hydrogen in our body, we will have respiratory issues, kidney damage, and so much more. Fourth element is phosphorus, which is discovered by Henning Brandt in Hamburg in Germany in 1669. He discovered through evaporating urine/pee until it's hot and red. We are going to talk about the importance of phosphorus in our body. Phosphorus is important for our body because it is needed for the body to grow proteins for our growth, maintenance, and repair of cells and tissues that are injured and scarred. We are going to be talking about the negative effects if we lose or gain an excessive amount of phosphorus in our body. If we lose an excessive amount of phosphorus in our body, we will experience loss of appetite, anxiety, bone pain, and fragile bones. And if we gain an excessive amount of phosphorus, it will cause our body to change that will pull calcium out of your bones, making them weak. Fifth element is oxygen, which is discovered by Joseph Priestley in the year 1774. He discovered oxygen through isolating mercuric oxide in a burning glass. And there are two co-founders of oxygen throughout the years, which is Carl Wilhelm Scheele, he's a Swedish chemist, discovered oxygen in the year 1772. He heated various substances, including potassium nitride, to isolate oxygen. Antoine Lavoisier, he discovered oxygen in 1778. He named oxygen and explained its role in our breathing or respiration. I will be talking about the importance of oxygen in our body. Oxygen is essential for us to live, and it is important for our body because it helps organisms grow, reproduce, and turn food into energy. We'll be talking about the negative effects if we gain or lose an excessive amount of oxygen. If we lose an excessive amount of oxygen in our body, we will feel fatigue and dizziness. And now if we gain an excessive amount of oxygen, we will feel organ damage, seizures, and even death. This is the 5 elements that we tackled today: calcium, carbon, hydrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen. That will be all for this discussion. I thank you for watching. Bye!